Though the evidence itself has not been revealed, U.S. intelligence is claiming to have proof of China manufacturing nuclear weapons, a blatant infraction of international treaties. China has made an unmitigated denial of the charges, restating the belief that diplomatic talks with China continue to crumble. U.S. military forces are mobilizing towards the anticipation of possible hostilities. China again denies any involvement in Kombain Nikoladze's, oh my God, broadcast through the internet just minutes ago.
Cannot allow my nation to be subjected to the blatant international despotism of the United States or the cronyism of its allies. The world is not yours alone, and the soldiers you send into it are all equally guilty of American fascism. At 5:30 p.m. Greenwich Standard Time, the United States soldiers captured in a just war against their motherland will be executed. Their deaths broadcast for the world to watch.
Fisher, we're getting close to war. If Nikoladze kills these men on live broadcast, we're sunk.
Are we worrying about the broadcast or the murders?
For now, the broadcast. It'll buy us time to stop the killings. Nikoladze is broadcasting from an antenna on the roof. That's your first objective. You'll find the rest on your OPSAT.
Yo, what's up, Freeze Army, and welcome to Splinter Cell walkthrough. Now we're back from popular opinion. Actually, I'd actually request a load of people to give their opinion on whether to continue the series, and they decided to tell me, yeah, just carry on with it because a lot of people seem to enjoy it apparently. So I'm going to go ahead and carry on with this. So yeah, from this one, it's going to be called Abattoir. This is a very, very annoying mission, but I'm going to try and take you through it as best as I can.
The landmines are in place. Make sure nobody without the polarized thermal sensor enters the courtyard.
So at this point here, we have searchlights around the area. We have loaded landmines on the floor as well. We can only see them through our thermal goggles. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and quick save here because this is quite a difficult spot to get through. I did find a reliable strategy for doing this now. It took me a while to figure this out. Now we're going to get behind this little crate right here, and there's going to be a searchlight, you know, a searchlight oscillating around. And we're going to wait for it to move away from us. Once it goes clockwise, that's when we're going to move forward. And you just need to follow my path right here. We're just going to jump onto this box in front of us, and then jump diagonally to the right, and then immediately crouch and roll. Now they are going to hear that, but make sure you just follow the route I'm going right here, because this will avoid all the mines and stuff. Now once we're hot behind this crate here, they're going to have another searchlight behind us. We're going to wait for the searchlight to pan to the right, and then we're going to climb over the top to get to the other side. Again, like I said, it did take me a while to figure out this route. These last, you know, a few missions of Splinter Cell can be very, very annoying for me. They have ramped up the difficulty quite a lot, and it did get quite annoying, but you know, we will drive forward anyway. But once we've got past this area, we're going to go ahead and grab this medical kit that's on the floor. I'm going to head to the next section here. Nice little split jump to the next area. Now this part was a little bit tricky as well. I do actually remember this back in the day. I was going to do another quick save right there. Yeah, you need to get across the roof, but you need to be very, very silent and slow. But this light comes on and off.
Find details stricken from the room. Keep the lights off of the walls. Give them fuller highlights. We need to clearly see their faces when they die. Where's our soundman? Make sure we're close enough to hear prayers.
So as you saw there, as soon as the light went back off, I progressed to the other side and climbed up on this ledge. We don't want to get spotted by the light, because the light will reflect a shadow down below us, because we are on a roof right now. And we're just going to soft drop onto this tin roof right here and slowly crouch along here.
Should we check it out? It's probably another rat. I don't want to miss the executions.
Again, we're just going to soft drop onto this bit of concrete right here. And we're going to climb over the fence and deactivate the antenna, so they don't broadcast all those executions and stuff. Yeah.
What the hell just happened? The broadcast antenna's down. We've got no outgoing signal.
We're under attack. The Americans are here. They've taken out the broadcast antenna.
Get Nicholas out of here. I want his helicopter airborne now. I want a squad of technicians with an armed escort on the roof and repairing that antenna. I want the Americans found and killed.
Yes, sir.
How does he know it was an American that did it?
Sounds like you shook things up pretty well, but it's only going to buy us a few minutes. Find those soldiers, Fisher.
So if I remember this from my childhood when I originally played this, I remember this part. There's going to be two guards coming onto the roof, so we're just going to hide behind the door here. That will mask you quite nicely, and that allows us to get inside the room. We'll come through the door here. There's going to be another guard at the bottom of the stairs, and we're going to let him bypass us. He's going to be heading outside as well, so we're just going to let him go past us. If we don't put our backs against the wall there, he will spot us. You might think it's a little bit silly, considering he's got 3 glowing lights above his head. How he did not notice, but, you know, video game logic, I guess.
We have Nikolai on board. Estimated departure in...
Now here is a little bit of an annoying part as well, so to do another little bit of a quick save. Now it was slightly different on the PS2, so this was a little bit new to me, so I had to remember this. Now there was a pole you could slide down on the PS2, but on this version you have to basically edge along this beam right here. I thought, how do you get down here without taking damage? And I felt like the only way to do that is by jumping on this guy right here. He will soften the blow. However, you are sort of stuck in this area right here. There's no other way to get to the other side. There's no way to jump up to. There's no way to create a distraction. So, well, there is a sticky cameras and stuff, but I wanted to save those. I'm quite stingy with my gadgets and things. So we're going to use a ring airfoil on this guard over here. We're just going to edge along as much as we can without getting spotted. There is a bit of a drop there. I did try to aim for the head, but obviously because there's like a drop, so... But nevertheless, we knocked him out there. We're just going to hide him in the corner now, because obviously if we don't hide the bodies in this game, we will get an alarm, and we don't want that. There's going to be another guard approaching the area. So we're just going to turn off this light here to create a distraction. And we're just going to wait in the dark here. We'll grab that medical kit while we're here.
Who did that?
Who did that? So we're just going to approach him now and knock him out. Nice and easy. And then we're going to hide him in the corner as well. Yeah, even if there's no guards in the area and you've taken everyone out, they will still like see bodies found in the next section. It's kind of silly, but that's just the rules of Splinter Cell. And if you thought Hitman's head turning was bad, well, you should check out this game. The head turning is just Hitman times 5 or something like that. It is quite extreme in this game for head turning. It's just kind of random as well. But nevertheless,
this is Nikolai.
you deal with it.
Kill the American soldiers. Take them to the studio and kill them. We'll release the footage whenever we can. Tell Pharaoh we are moving ahead. I'll retrieve the Ark.
Yeah, we're just going to interrogate this guy right
This
here.
is Gringo. I want the American soldiers prepped and in studio. The executions are going forward as planned. Yes, sir.
What the hell?
Where are you keeping the American soldiers?
Gringo will kill me.
He's not as creative as I am. Where are they?
Ow! Oh! Oh!
Where?
The basement.
That was Blinker. He wants us to escort the soldiers to the studio.
Where's Gringo?
He'll murder you. He'll kill you all.
Where do I find him?
He'll find you. Kill me.
You copy that, Fisher? The executions are going forward.
Grab that
I
ammo.
heard. We got any more diversions?
Your gun's full of them. Make sure that escort doesn't reach our troops.
Now you can use all these laptops and that to retrieve data or anything like that to more insight in the story. So you can go ahead and check that out in your inventory if you want to. We're going to progress through the mission now. We're going to head into this little vent right here. Get to the end. There's going to be a pipe that we need to climb up to. And once we get to the top, we're going to have to sort of drop onto this little bit here. A little bit awkward of the controls in this game. It is already a little bit clunky. They do seem a little bit outdated sometimes, you know, through these controls. But, you know, it is an old game after all.
It's not our place to question. Let's go.
So we're just walking softly on here because we are on top of wood right now. We're going to pull out our sticky camera, diversion camera as well. And we're just going to pop that right in the middle of all 3 guards right here and release the gas. That's going to knock out all 3 of these guards, to take all of them out of the equation, to save us any bother of actually doing anything else. It's nice and easy, nice and simple. And to hide the bodies, we're just going to pop out these lights, which are very, very few and far between now, because as the game goes on, it teaches you to shoot out lights and hide the guards in dark areas. However, as the game goes on, they start putting like grids around the lights, so you can't shoot them out, which is really, really stupid. Like in the training mission, it tells you to shoot out cameras, and then they start putting armored cameras that you can't shoot out. I don't know. It's just you try and get used to something, and then the game just tries to counter what you've got. Which is the next part as well. We've just got our thermal goggles, and we're going to have to use those as well in the next section, because we're going to be entering like a refrigeration area, and there's going to be like fog everywhere. And the only way we can actually see is using our thermal goggles, so we're going to have to use it for quite a while in this section. And this can be a very, very, very annoying part as well. So let's do another quick save here. Because all the guards in this area, they don't have thermal goggles, but they can see perfectly fine, which is really, really weird. I'm going to pull out our ring airfoil on our rifle here. We're going to take him out. Actually got him in the head that time. Nice. And unfortunately, because this area is so lit up, we have to hide the bodies. We have to do the whole long trek of dragging these bodies all the way to where we hit the previous ones. Again, this is one of the annoying parts about the game. Like I said, the remastered version isn't a very good version of the game. It is a remastered version of the PC. It's basically just a PC port with a little bit of cleaner graphics, I should say. But I much prefer the PS2 version. Obviously, they refined it and made the game a lot better. And unfortunately, I can't show you any of that game because I can't emulate it or anything like that, which is a real shame because I believe it is the best version of the game. There's another guard in the area patrolling up and down. We're just going to take him out nice and easy. There's also a turret in the background if you hear that. We're going to encounter that for the very first time in the game. It can be quite annoying. So he's going to wait for him to go past first, then we're going to take him out first, and then we're going to have to again take his body all the way to join the others. The tedious task of doing this. Creating quite a pile of bodies right over here. Look at them all twitching. Alright. Progressing forward, we need to go and enter this area to the left and jump up on these machines. So there's a turret right in front of us, and obviously we're going to get shot down if we go in front of it, so we need to go behind it and turn it off. So now we've gone ahead and turned that off. We're going to head into the next section here. We need to be quite slow because there's like 3 air guards here, and this guard here will be like rotating around left, right, and up. And as soon as he turns left, that's when we're going to go ahead and grab him, and we're going to take out these guards in the area pretty much just one by one. It's not really much to this. Like I said, this section is probably one of the most boring parts of the whole entire game. I don't know the reason. There's no real music in the game, in this part of the game. I'm not sure why. It's just ambient stuff. But it's probably because they want you to hear the turret and stuff to know the direction of it all and that. But this guard pretty much just goes left and right, and we just got to catch him off his pattern. When he moves left, we're just going to knock him out, hide him behind the machinery, and we're going to do the same thing with the other guard as well. Now his body's taken care of. Well, after we dump it behind the machinery over here, it should be nice and dark. It's the darkest area of the room anyway. Now the turret's on the other side there. We can't get past it unless we leap over on top of it. So we're just going to get in the middle of these two machines right here and climb up into this pipe. Swing our legs up so we can, you know, just climb across it like this. There's going to be a guard on the other side as well, so... We did get spotted by him when I was trying to practice all this stuff. Which is just, like I said, it's just random. He is just rotating left, right, up. It's not really much trouble to get past, but he did spot you a couple of times. It just depends on where he looks. But once we drop down here, we have to make sure we drop down nice and softly. Otherwise, he will hear us, and we don't want that to happen. Especially after coming this far. So after we turn off the turret there, we can advance forward and get through to the next section. First, we're going to knock out the guard, though. Obviously. Because he will spot us. There we go. We can leave him there because he is actually in the dark shadows there. There is a medical kit at the back if you wanted to go and grab that. Now this next section, there's going to be another 3 guards up. So again, I advise making another quick save. There's going to be 1 patrolling up and down. 1 will be looking to the right. And 1 just in front of the doorway right here. So it's going to wait for that guard that's furthest away to come back towards us and then move around again. Before we grab this guard in front of us. We are going to take all 3 of these guards out. Now unfortunately, because again we're in an area where there's just no dark areas and you can't shoot out the lights again because they're all apparently bulletproof in this game. So we're just going to have to drag this body unfortunately into the previous area where we knocked out the other guard. And we're going to have to do that another, is it 1 or 2 more times? I'm not sure. I'm not sure if I threw all 3 of them back here, but I'm pretty sure I dragged at least 2 over here. Again, I just don't like this area. It sucks because you have to constantly use your thermal. And I just don't like it because you just cannot see much at all. And if you put on your night vision, you're completely blind. It's on complete whiteout. And if you take them off, again, all you can see is fog. So it's not very ideal. I just don't really like this area. Now we can't grab him from this area, so we have to move it to the right. It gives us a better angle to approach him at, because he does turn over to his left. So it will give us a better approach. So easy if you're just going to turn right there, you go. Just going to grab him right there. And can we hide him over here? Damn it, why is there just no dark areas around here? I never realised how frustrating this actually was. But yeah, to be safe and making sure you don't get any alarms and stuff, we're just going to dump his body over the back over here. Alright, so there's 1 more guard left in the area. This should be nice and easy to get. I was a little bit worried about here, this area, because there you go, here's what it looks like without the goggles on. It's terrible. Yeah, I was a little bit worried about this guard because he has a head turning thing like that. Like he's looking left and right and shit. So it can be slightly annoying. It's just a light hit, man, you know, a lot like it actually. But it can be slightly worse at sometimes. Again, I'm just looking for a dark area to hide the body, but I can't find any, so unfortunately we have to do the whole long trek again back to the previous spot, which is really annoying. Which I'm sure is not very good viewing either. I'm pretty sure of that. But it does spice up at the end there. It does spice up at the end of the level. Got a nice little mini boss fight that I was really determined not to take any damage by So yeah, I was pretty proud of how in the end it went. I remember how I used to do it, and now I remember I did this completely different, and the way I did it in this video is a much better and easier solution to what I previously did. So we're just going to jump down this hole here. If you can actually see it, it's just a little hole in the vent. And once we crawl right to the end here, and we exit, and we're almost at the first main checkpoint. So finally we can take off our thermal goggles and get out of the vent. Just jump out of the vent. Come on. Come on. You can do it. Come on, Sam. Come on, Samfish. There we go. There we go. Oh, god damn it. So like I said, the controls are a little bit clunky at sometimes, but we're just going to make sure we're nice and quiet, because I do recall a guard being down here. There's going to be a major checkpoint coming up next. He is patrolling up and down, so we need to get through down that middle section. See that little tunnel down there? We need to get down there. So we're just going to wait for him to walk back the other way first. There we go. So we can just jump over this little fence. Again, make sure we land softly and enter the tunnel. So we're just going to skip that little load screen right there and progress into the next area. Now there's going to be 3 guards in this first area. I'm going to actually take all of them out, because the turret, there's going to be a turret gun in this area, and it is going to go off and it will attract all the guards in the area. So better take them out first so it doesn't attract anybody. So you'll see the guard walk past, and as soon as you see his shadow, that's when we're going to head out and knock him out. Make sure we grab all the flares that are in the area as well. And we'll just make sure we hide all the bodies in the shadows again, like we did previously. Don't have to take out the lights or anything. We are in a nice dark area. I just want to walk softly here. There's going to be a guard going into the room to our left. Again, we're just going to take him out as well. And stick him in the shadows. Make a little quick save here, because the next part can be a little bit tricky. Now there's going to be a good guard patrolling there at the background, up and down. Now he doesn't really tend to move until we're actually in the vicinity, so you want to pull out your sticky shocker in your assault rifle, fire the sticky shocker at him once you see him. I'm going to grab the flare right here in the other area, and we're going to light it and throw it to distract the turret that's going to be to our right. Just going to throw it on the ground just there, and then you're going to sprint and roll. Once you've done that, we're going to pop out this light right here so the body's nice and hidden. So yeah, like we said, we didn't take any damage there, so that's pretty good. So as long as you throw that flare to distract the turret and run and then roll, you should have no problem. Again, just run and roll here if you have any problems. There's a couple of guards there. We're just going to grab this medical kit at the end. You don't need them, but if you want to be safe, then best to just grab them.
Sure, they put him on the helicopter. Nicholas has left us.
Yeah, we're just going to climb up here while they have their conversation. As you can hear, there's 2 turrets in the area. So we're just going to disable those first. So as you just seen there, I used my distractional camera right there and used it to take out both guards. We're just going to shoot out all the lights that are in the area as well. There's going to be a bunch of turrets ahead of us as well. You can still hear the 2 turrets ahead of us. That can be a little bit annoying. It is a little bit tricky to get past as well. We're going to use a little trick to get past them. We're not going to use the flare just yet, so we're just going to wait for that. So just make sure we hide these 2 bodies in the dark. There we go, right in the corner. Right in the corner, man. Yeah, all these data sticks you pick up from these satchels and stuff like that, there's just added intel and stuff, things like that. Sometimes you can bring up, when you grab these satchels, they can carry frag grenades or wall mines or lockpicks and things like that, which is kind of cool. So make sure you grab those satchels. So here's the turret right here. Now it's moving left to right. So what you want to do is once it moves in the opposite direction, that's when you want to head to the middle pillar. And once it again rotates the opposite way, that's where we're going to advance forward. But first we're going to shoot out this light, and the turret is automatically going to shoot that light. That's going to cause a distraction so we can easily get through the area. So there we go, that's how you get through that section completely undamaged. We're just going to tuck in here because there's going to be 2 guards coming down having a conversation.
I'm a soldier, not a sadist.
Come on, you know you want to watch.
I don't. Broadcasting murder is barbaric.
You're naive to think it's anything but history.
It's a pointless conversation. We're on patrol until the alert quiets.
Don't tell me you believe those American super spy stories coming out of Kola.
If Nikolaz believes them, I believe them.
Those stories are nothing but Russian winters and Russian vodka. We should be with the others watching the broadcast.
I'm so surprised they didn't see me there. I was right next to them. Anyway, we're approaching the final area now, and if you have some war mines on you, this is the point where I recommend you probably just put them all on the wall around the area, because we need to prepare for the final boss fight. But I forgot to completely grab the war mine, so I'll come up with a better strategy anyway. So as long as you follow what I'm about to do, you should have no problems anyway. First, we're just going to grab some ammo from this little shelf right here. As you can hear, there's 2 turrets in the area, but we don't need to worry about those as long as we approach from the middle right here. We're going to actually turn them both off. We don't need those. And I'm going to make a little quick save right here because then once this conversation with these hostages is finished, this is when the big boss fight is going to come up, where you're forced to kill people, unfortunately.
You are American.
You're Chinese.
The PRC ambassador to Myanmar. I must speak with a representative of your government.
They hear everything I do. Shoot.
Kong Ferong does not represent the will of China. He is a splinter faction of the Chinese army. All of them fanatics and fools.
What does he want?
And I hate that stutterer.
With others to follow. Gifts to the PRC he thinks they will not be able to refuse.
How is Nikolaz involved?
Trade. Ferong provides transport and munitions in exchange for weapons-grade nuclear waste.
Does China know?
No. And unless they are issued proof of Ferong's activities, I fear the certainty of war.
What's the proof?
On the computer in his office. My office. He has overridden and reset the lock.
I force him to open his computer and forward the contents to the PRC. And our countries don't go to war.
Such is my hope.
Man, this game's buggy as hell sometimes. But anyway, this is the boss fight. So you're going to pull out your frag grenades right here. Get behind this wall as fast as you can. Just stay here right for now. There's going to be 2 guards over the hot wall behind us, so we're just going to throw it over there. That's going to take out 2 of those guards right here. There's 1 guard right in front of us, so we're going to equip our remaining sticky shocker. Shock him. There's going to be another guard in the area and a general. Just going to shoot those using the airfoil rounds. There's going to be 1 more guard around here somewhere.
I'm going down there.
There he is.
You're coming with me.
Quickly shoot him.
Kill Grinko.
Okay.
We're waiting for Grinko here. He's going to come through here. Very, very easy, very simple.
So, once Grinko's dead, they scatter.
Let's hope so.
Full attack right there, full assault. That will get you the win every single time. Nice and easy.
Repeat that? Mrs. Gringo is dead!
Fisher, Echelon just picked out an intercept. Birong knows that Grinko's dead and Nicolad's is gone.
That's not good.
Get back to the embassy. He's trying to destroy the evidence that could keep us out of a war.
Right.
So that's going to do it for this video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. Feel free to drop a like on the video to support the series, and subscribe if you are new to the channel, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Cheers. Who the fuck's you to me? Where the fuck did you come from? Where'd you come from?